The Hauraki Big Show. Thanks to crave-worthy street food, freshly made with Reburger.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hauraki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this murky Tuesday afternoon. It is the 15th of April 2025, and you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Handcrafted burgers, loaded fries, and gourmet eats that'll change the game.
Reburger.
Where's the sauce, chicken?
Reburger.
Mogey, you hunk, how's life?
Going pretty grousey, you mad dog. You're sick, son of a bee, man.
yeah.
Look, we're edging ever closer to Easter.
Yes.
It's where everybody gets a couple of days off just to think about what he did for us.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
The amazing thing about him was, Keyzie, and I don't know if you know this, man.
I don't.
But he died.
Right.
And then he rose again.
Oh, really?
That happens very, very rarely. Very rarely.
Extraordinary.
Is that why I can't buy any piss?
Yeah, that's why you can't get on the piss, man, because you just got to stop and think about it, all right?
And
so just a day off a year off the piss for old Keyzie. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, it is.
Considering a guy died and then was reborn.
And just on that front, we're going to be talking further in the week about how to plan for Easter.
Yeah,
and
can
your
we have
drinkies.
some also some Easter Bunny chat and also
Totally.
some hot cross bun chat?
Can I just say, I noticed a little thing on my account last night, and it was about $80 for some chocky place.
Yeah.
And I said to my wife, what the hell is this? And she said, I just wanted to get some chockies for the girls over Easter, over in Australia.
That delivered.
And I was like, $80 worth?
Yeah.
Bloody Nora, g'day, Keyzie. Hey, geez, you're looking good at the moment. You're veritably glowing with good health. How's life?
Are you pregnant, Keyzie?
Are you a child?
You
Hey?
noticed. No,
Congratulations,
I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not.
Keyzie.
Thank you.
Keyzie.
No, I'm not pregnant, fellas. Sorry about that. If I gave off that sort of vibe. Just happy to be here with you guys,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
I love
yeah.
Tuesdays.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Totally, man.
It's good to be here. Plus, I'm excited for Hot Cross Bun Chat later in the week. You know, I'm
Absolutely.
really
Yeah,
pissed
no,
up
I
for
don't know
that.
what day we're going to do it. You'll just have to wait and see.
I don't think any other radio station would have done it either.
No. That would be vanilla radio.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Thursday.
Then it's really close. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine, by the way, fellas.
I was
Thanks for
getting to it,
asking.
Jase.
Hey, now listen, massive show coming up.
Oh,
Boy, I'm looking at the list
Up
here.
next.
There's so much stuff.
Up next, we're tackling the rumour that I never like being nude.
Never
after
nude
yesterday's
Keyzie.
skinny dipping yarn.
Yeah, okay, here's Green Day.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Tom Petty there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. I don't know about you fellas, but I can't get enough of Tom Petty. Hey, now listen, yesterday we were talking about skinny dipping. And in the course of that conversation, something extraordinary came to light. And this was off-air chat.
yeah, that's right. I'd put it on. It was a kind of revelation that doesn't happen much in your later life, Jase.
Sure.
The revelation came from Keyzie, and I'm going to put it up there on a par with two-stroke Hoyte J. And also, so this is a revelation that Jase only does two strokes to wipe his backside regardless of what's going on back there.
Doesn't look, and then that's it. He's done.
He's got a devil-may-care attitude towards it. The other one is, of course, that Jase had a circumcision, but he's still got a foreskin. So that was another real revelation. And
Come
this is
on,
on,
Mogey.
and this is on the same level. Now I'm going to let you tell it, Keyzie, because I think it's important. And then we need to go to the audience, and we'll probably go to Instagram as well, and just find out how many people are in the same area as you. Now, I think there's going to be a lot more people that sort of understand and can relate to what you're going to say, a lot more than there will be that related to two-stroke Hoyte J.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll let the audience come back to us on this on 3483 and give us a call, please, on 0800 Hauraki, because this is something else. Have you got any real creepy music that you can play?
Sure.
Yeah, like maybe the spooky.
You know what? No, I'm not playing the spooky music because I don't think it's that out there, fellas. Can I just start by saying I think it's perfectly normal?
Okay, good.
Okay, the revelation is I am deeply ashamed of my naked body, right? And even though I've been with my wife for 13 years or 14 years or something, I will quite often cover up in a situation where I am naked. I'll quite often...
Now, the way you put it yesterday was
Yes.
if your wife was in bed...
Having a cup of tea.
Having a cup of tea, exactly.
Yes,
and
which she always
had
does.
a cup of tea. You come out of the bathroom having had a shower, you've got to walk over to the dresser to grab some
undies out,
pajamas,
yeah.
all right? Undies over there, yes.
Or jammies.
Then you would cover up your downstairs on that walk
That's
so
right.
that your wife can't see it. Now,
Or-
I have never heard... Go on.
Or I would walk in a way
That she can't see it.
that I would be facing the wall
Yeah.
and walking in sort of a slight back to her motion, which is very unnatural. So that she
You don't
couldn't
mind her seeing your
catch a
backside.
glimpse at my down. No, she could look at my peach all day.
I'm curious that you phrase it that you're deeply ashamed of your downstairs.
Well, look, I was raised in a house where seeing a man's penis wasn't a regular occurrence, Jase, and that obviously wasn't the same for you guys. So for
I didn't have a father growing up. I never saw a penis.
Well, I went to a boys' boarding school, so I saw hundreds of the bastards.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I was raised in a situation where being nude's something for, you should wear undies,
Yeah.
basically. And so
you're not ashamed, you're shy.
I'm shy. I'm 100% shy. So you guys are talking about skinny dipping. I couldn't think of anything worse. Now, I'm not operating some sort of bizarre downstairs operation. It's perfectly normal. In fact, I'd say it's beyond normal. It's great.
It's abnormal.
Like, it's really good. No, I'm not saying abnormal, Mogey.
Because you said beyond normal, and that makes me think abnormal.
No. I'm running a perfectly normal, better than normal. But yeah, I've got a great package.
I can understand, for example, you covering your nips. You know what I mean? I mean, that I get.
Well, sorry, are you
But
making me ashamed of my nipples?
No, I mean, because I know that you're self-conscious about them.
No, people can look at those. I don't give a shit. It's my
but
downstairs.
your downstairs-
It's so literally, I told my wife, I was like, great, tomorrow on the show, we're going to have to talk about why I don't let you see my downstairs when I'm just walking around. Because you guys, am I right in saying, if you're in the same situation, your partner was sitting on the bed having a cup of tea, you'd strut in there, hog out.
100%. It wouldn't occur to me to not. But I've got some thoughts on that, and we'll talk about this a lot more, obviously, after we come back after this next couple of songs, because there's a lot to unpack here. Well, not very much. Hardly anything to
No,
unpack.
this isn't a Keyzie's got a tiny downstairs break, all right? This is a Keyzie doesn't like... He's just slightly shy about showing his downstairs.
Now, so, Mike, I guess the question that we're putting is... are you, as an audience, out there listening, are there people that can relate to what Keyzie is saying and find themselves in similar situations and doing the same things with their partners? I think this is the key, because it's not like strangers. I get if you're getting changed in a swimming pool, anything like that, I understand it. But in front of your partner, as you say, of 13 years that you're doing this, that is, I haven't heard of that.
Right. I'm not a never nude, right? Like, I've been nude with her before.
Well, you
know what I mean?
You sleep, though, so you just slip under the covers and make sure nothing's seen.
I sleep nude, and honestly, I will quickly hop under the covers so that she can't see anything. You know what I mean? 0800 Hauraki as well.
This is amazing.
3483, this tech number, and everyone goes in the draw for a $50 Reburger voucher.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Skid Row there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 25 minutes past 4 o'clock. We were discussing the fact that we found out yesterday that Keyzie doesn't like being nude in front of his wife.
Yes.
Say, for example, she's lying in bed having a cup of tea. He has a shower. He walks out of the shower. He likes to make sure that he's well covered, and he doesn't like showing himself naked in front of his wife, who I might add he's been with for 15 years. Is that right,
first of all, it's
Keyzie?
14 years.
Oh, 14 years.
There's bits of mustard being added all over the place in the story.
No.
And she's not lying in bed, she's sitting in bed.
Oh, okay, sitting in bed. Yeah, okay.
That's a lot of mustard.
Sure.
So much mustard. And also, it's not... I don't like not being nude in front of my wife at all times. Certain times, absolutely. Nude. But when I don't need to be nude, if there's no reason for me to be nude, and then boom, old Keyzie's got his downstairs out, I just feel it's probably better for I certainly feel more comfortable covering it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, actually, this is a good topic as well. 3483. Do females and people of this persuasion actually enjoy seeing a male downstairs?
But in this situation, like if you're walking from A to B, it's not really whether they're going to derive any enjoyment from it, but they're certainly not going to be like, oh God, put it away.
Well, they might think that.
But yeah, I think a very small percentage, and they're in the wrong game if they're disgusted by it. And also, I do think. I used to be a lot more like that than what I am now. I think it is something that goes away the older that
Totally
you get.
it does.
I used to be, very, very much like that. I don't know if it was in front of partners, but it might have been.
It's
it
just
might
in
have
general.
been.
I'm just a bit shy about it.
Yeah, and I certainly was like, if you use a public a swimming pool changing room as an example, the younger they are, the more likely they are to cover up unless they're children. But once you get to a certain age, they start covering up, and then covering up, and then slowly stop covering up until you're a 70-year-old man and you're just swinging it all over the joint, and you should be covering it up, but you're not because you don't care.
Can I just say, I think I'm at the point now where I'm no longer wrapping the towel and trying to change.
Standing on the seat so you don't get, you wrap your towel around, then undies up underneath. All
No,
of that.
I'm not standing on the seat. I don't think, but I was a wrap the towel around, get changed. Now I'll just face the wall.
Yeah.
Get my downstairs
I still do that. I guess. Yeah, I don't want to see a stranger's downstairs. I don't see why I should inflict it on a stranger. But as far as my partner goes, I think it's like, well, we're married now. This is it.
I've kind of gone the opposite way, Mogey. In the early days, strutting around like a peacock.
Yeah, right.
But ever since I've had this sort of imbalance in my testes, I've been a bit more sort of circumspect, can I put it that way?
Right.
I've been a bit more self-conscious, you know what I mean? And to your point, though, I mean, my wife and I have been together for 80 years.
80.
And after all that time, there is a degree I've seen it, been there, done it, you know what I mean?
It doesn't take 80 years to feel like that, though. But one thing I'll say, and as well I'll say, Keyzie, actually, you go first, mate. You've got
I want to rule out a common thing that's appearing on the text machine on 3483. So
let me guess.
For example, this one here. I do the same, Keyzie, but only because mine is small as F. Button mushroom brothers. It's not because I'm worried that I'm running a tiny downstairs. It's not, as this text says, Keyzie doesn't want his wife to see how bad his eczema is. It's not. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Well, the other thing that I think, and we spoke about this, Keyzie, off air, but I actually don't mind the idea of that. You don't want people getting sick of the sight of something.
Exactly.
And so if you're doing it because you're trying to keep the romance alive, I think there's value in that. So the only time you saw each other was when you were going to be engaging in romance of some kind. I think there is, if you're going to be with somebody for 50 or 60 years, I think the less you see of something, probably the better.
Yeah, hard out.
So I think there is something to that, but if it's like a shame-based thing, I think your wife's happy.
But you know what I find curious about it too is you don't want that to be seen, sort of keep the romance alive, whatever reason, but you rip ass all the time. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, how... In terms of being in a relationship,
Jase,
ripping
ass constantly, you think that's sexy?
No, Jase, this is another conversation altogether, ripping ass in front of your partner. That's fine. You know what I mean? And in terms of what we're running at our place, I'm sure my wife disagrees with that statement, actually. And I'm not doing it out of trying to keep the romance alive. The romance is alive.
Sure.
I just am shy, and it's not something I'm like, oh... Like, I can't strut in with the full loaf out. You know, I just can't do it. And I don't think, feel free to keep the text coming on 3483 or call us on 0800 Hauraki. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Have you ever slapped it from thigh to thigh?
Jase, of course I have.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Here they come. Try time!
Holy cow, the Warriors...
Show in BRISSY for the NRL Magic Round. Is there anyone out there? Let's go to the phones.
3 amazing days at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. 16 NRL teams going head-to-head. 8 games of footy, all in one stadium. And just up the road from that stadium is an amazing little street called Caxton Street. It's full of pubs. Everyone there is wearing their different NRL jerseys. It is a rugby league lover's dream, and we have got a spot for 2 people to join us.
Beautiful. G'day, Cam, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, g'day, Jason, mad bastard. Not bad, yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Good, thanks. What do you do for a crust, Cam?
My foreman would like me to remind people that I'm a builder's apprentice.
Not a builder, eh?
Backbone, though.
Yeah, massive backbone.
What's your foreman's name there, Cam?
His name's Jack.
Jack.
Of all trades.
Last name.
Of all trades.
Of all trades.
Pugs was saying when you were on the phone to him during that song that you were saying off air that Jack's a bit of a mad bastard.
Oh, he's the maddest bastard of them all, Keyzie.
Yeah, you were saying he was a prick.
Oh, yeah. Absolute showser of a prick.
You're saying you steal all his gear off him, all his equipment and that.
Oh, yeah. Not just during the week, either on the weekends as well.
Yeah.
You're also saying, Cam, that you've been applying for other apprenticeships without him knowing about it.
Yeah, and actually there was one working on battleship rivets, and I thought those ones on Keysie's chest could kind of come in.
Oh, this guy.
There he is.
Okay. He's good.
Well, good on you, Cam. You're in the draw. Stay on the line there, mate, and Pug Sam will look after you.
Cheers, fellas.
Good on
on
you,
you,
mate.
mate.
G'day, Kerry, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, good, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Good. How are you, Kerry?
Yeah, very good.
Excellent. What do you do for a crust?
I'm a project manager for commercial builds.
Backbone.
Yeah.
So you're an organiser, Kerry. You like to organise people.
I do on the odd occasion.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
on you,
right.
mate.
And your group of mates, Kerry, if you had to organise a trip over to Magic Round, would you be the one having to book it all and sort it all out?
Yeah, probably. And then I just cut loose when I get there.
That's the spirit, man.
Who would you take with you, Kerry?
Well, I've got a couple of mates that'll be pretty keen, but we'll see what they come up with prior if I get in there.
Yeah,
good on you, mate.
nice.
Stay on the line there, Kerry. Pug Sam will take care of you. G'day, Sean.
G'day, bro.
Yeah,
Here he is.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good fellas. How we doing?
Sean,
good,
who's
thanks.
your favourite rugby league player that could kick off both feet?
Manu Vadavai.
Yeah, no, he could.
He could.
He could kick
They were
off-
both terrible,
That's
but you're
shocking.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, Shannon. Who would you take with you?
Probably Jeremy Wells, since you guys dogged him.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
good. Nah, yeah, that's a good
That's
idea,
actually good.
actually.
because
That's a really good idea.
The breakfast show's there, the drive show's there.
Yeah, I like it.
Just quickly though, man, what do you do for a crust?
I'm a chef, so while we're over there, we could go out for that steak dinner.
Oh, how good.
yes.
What's your specialty?
Steak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. All right, Sean. Stay on the line and Pug Sam will look after you.
All right,
Thanks,
mate.
mate.
See you,
Thanks,
mate. Okay.
Righto, good on you, man. Hey, fellas, just a thought. It's about a week until we're drawing this prize. And it's a huge prize. There's a lot of interest. I feel like we should put more people in the draw.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like we should double down and after 5 maybe do this again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Keyzie.
All right. And if it just takes the heat off me being a never nude for a bit
Sure.
on the old text line there, she's heating up.
We'll revisit that after 5 as well. It's a doozy.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
David Bowie there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 4:51. Let's talk TV.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
I watched another episode of Mobland on Prime Video last night.
Right.
Mobland.
Mobland.
And it's got Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, Paddy Considine,
Good cast.
who I like as an actor generally, but he's a bit of a sap in this, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Pierce Brosnan is also not great, and even the problem is it's written by Guy Ritchie, so nobody's very good. But it's entertaining. It held my attention last night. It's not incredible, but it's watchable. And now, though, sadly, they're releasing it one episode a week to drag out your subscription.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that was a 7-day trial or something.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I was just gonna. I mean, I've had my fair share of 7-day trials. And
Eyes to the front.
Eyes to the front, Keith.
Jeez.
Keyzie, that was
Holy
shocking, man.
smoke.
Can you guys just stay
Sorry,
on
man.
track, please?
Sorry.
And
it's just-
so anyway, it's there. I'm watching it. It's fine to have something to watch that you can get through. You don't have to turn off because it's so offensively bad. It's not great. So
So
yeah,
it's fine.
I'd say it's fine. I'd say it's a 3-starrer.
Three how's a
Three
3
buzzies.
star?
Buzzies. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't mean
what
to
the-
confuse you both.
God, come on, man.
3 buzzies out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, on that front, Mogey, I find myself in a very similar situation last night, watching a show that was kind of similar to what you were talking about, called The Bondsman.
Oh yeah, I saw that on there with Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
He looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those actors that I kind of waver on. Sometimes
Right.
he's really, really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's terrible, but he's pretty good in this.
It seems like the show, which you'll get to, is
Yes.
more the thing that would be terrible rather than Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's pretty good in it.
Yeah.
And it's just a silly show. He's a bondsman who gets murdered.
What's a bondsman?
Someone that collects bonds.
What
you
are
know?
bonds?
So
Debts.
Yeah, debts,
Oh,
basically.
right.
A bondsman. No, a bondsman is when somebody's being put to jail. They have to get a bond to be released from jail.
Oh.
And so that person who does it, like Dog the Bounty Hunter sort of styles,
Right.
you are responsible for that person, and so you've got a bond on their freedom essentially. So he gets murdered, Jase.
He gets murdered, but he gets brought back to life.
Yeah, who does he get brought back to life by, and what's his new job?
The devil.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And his new job
That sounds sick.
is to hunt demons.
Yeah, because
And
they've
I know.
escaped from...
Hell.
Awesome.
Now, as absurd as it sounds, and it is absurd, it's relatively entertaining. You
Right.
know, in terms of you don't have to think very much, you don't have to do very much. It's very easy to follow. Look, I'll give it 2 buzzies.
2 buzzies out of 5. Wow.
In terms of, like, if you've got a lazy hour that you can't be, you know, it's a raining Sunday afternoon, it's relatively entertaining.
Okay, for a raining Sunday afternoon. 2 buzzies out. What did you watch that on?
Prime Video.
Was it Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Either
right.
that or Netflix.
I've got a bit of a dilemma, fellas, because on Monday night, my wife and I watched half of an episode of Grand Designs, right? The UK version, hosted by Kevin McLeod. And last night I was like, do you want to watch the other half of that Grand Designs episode? And she said, I didn't really like the start of that episode.
Oh.
And I was like, well, it's exactly the same as the start of every other episode.
Yeah.
They talk you through what they're going to do, and then they start realising they can't get it done in time.
Yeah.
And so now she doesn't want to finish it. And I'm worried she's gone off Grand Designs.
Oh, God. What would you do, man?
Well, I don't. It's the only show we can watch together that doesn't drive me up the wall. So I'm going to have to find a new show for us to watch. You know, something light-hearted, fun, not too much violence at all.
Country Calendar.
No, but
Is
seriously.
nudity okay?
Yeah, nudity's fine.
You see?
Do you remember? No, I don't mind seeing other people naked.
Oh,
That's not
right,
the issue,
okay.
Jase. It's
Sure.
them seeing me naked I don't like. So if you've got any suggestions, 3483 of a nice light-hearted comedy kind of show.
Terms of endearment.
What's that?
Check it out.
No. It sounds gross.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope your Tuesday's going along very nicely. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
So good, eh, fellas?
I love it, man. I've always been a big fan of Reburger. One of the main things I like about it is they've got those triple-decker bastards. So
Yes.
it's like 3 nipples.
Yes.
And 3 layers of cheese on it as well.
Yes, so good.
What else have they got there, Keyzie?
Well, Reburger's got, obviously...
Have they got chips, man? Because I haven't seen their chips.
They've got chippies. No,
Oh,
we have.
chippies.
Remember? They dropped chips off and they were covered in sauce and
Oh, that's
fried
right.
chicken.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
don't know
right. They
about
did
you
the
fellas.
loaded fries.
I tend to judge takeaway place by their chips.
Do you?
Yeah, and we did have chips, and they were bloody good.
They were.
They were very good.
Also, just quickly, if I could add something, beef, chicken, vegan and vegetarian options available. Reburger redefining the norm.
Reburger.
If I could just chuck that in there real quick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah, good.
I don't mind you doing that at all.
Hey, and also we've got to remember we've got to get the backbone burger done and dusted by Thursday.
Oh,
fellas.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that the backbone burger made by Reburger?
Reburger, yeah. That's so good.
Who's that made by?
Reburger.
Yeah, I thought so.
Good work on those pugs.
So good. Hey, fellas, just very quickly, with the news there, they don't sign off anymore.
Oh, don't they?
Have you noticed
Oh,
that?
at the end of the
No.
sports news, it used to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. That was your sports news.
Yeah, because I can't remember their names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It used to be like Neva Reti Manu.
Right.
But
About
they don't.
1,000 years ago, yeah.
Oh,
who
yeah. I
else?
mean,
That was
you're right.
That's who I had in my head was Neva
Reti
Reti
Manu.
Manu.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. She
you've-
just feels like a newsreader to me.
You've got Susie Nordquist, I believe, is
Oh,
one
What
of
about
them.
that? What about that fella there that does it?
Bryn Rudkin.
No, Bryn Rudkin.
He does
I'm
the
Bryn
traffic.
Rudkin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then I believe you've got Raylene as well that does the sports news.
Raylene Castle.
Who's
No.
Who's the guy that does the traffic stuff and he sounds like a Texan?
An American
yeah.
guy.
Oh, yeah,
he hasn't
yeah.
done it for ages, Jase.
Oh, hasn't he?
Nah.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, same. Hey, now listen, plenty coming up, including another chance to get in the draw for BRISSY, by the way. We're adding a bonus
It's a
phone call in.
bonus.
Also, coming up this hour, Jase today decided to go for a jog.
Oh, God.
The first one in how long? We're running out of time. Ages? Good one, man.
The Hauraki Big Show. with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Temple of the Dog there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon, 12 minutes past 5 o'clock. Fellas, a very curious thing happened to me today. Very curious. And I'm still in my own mind trying to figure out kind of what did happen. I went for a run.
What?
And I just want to talk you through my thought process.
I wish you would.
I was sitting on my deck there having a durry.
Sorry, you had a durry before your run.
Yeah. And I've got to be honest, the last sort of day and a half, I've been in a negative mindset. And I've been going, just be wary of that, Hoyte J. You're in a very negative, your frame of mind is very negative. You need to change it up. You need to take some action on that. And yes.
Keyzie and I noticed that. We were going to talk to you about that.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's good to be self-aware. You know, it's like you're aware when you're in a hurrah of a mood because most of the time you're not. And you do take it out on me.
So we were going to point it out to you.
Yeah, we were about to.
Right, that I was in a hurrah.
Yeah.
Have I been like in a hurrah of a mood, have I?
Shocking.
Yeah. But anyway, and this is the thought process that I went to because I know that, you know, when you get into that sort of frame of mind, you need to take action on it. You need to do something. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go for a run. And that was my thought.
Oops, sorry.
And then I went inside and made a coffee. And I came back and I had another durry. And I was thinking, you know, as absurd as that sounds, and this is what's going on in my head, that's actually not a bad idea. I mean, I don't have to break the world marathon record. I don't have to do a 15 or 20 kilometre run here. I can just put my sneakers on, because I had my Uggies on at that point.
You would have been exhausted by the end of that, putting your shoes on.
You know, actually, my wife does make comments about when I take my shoes off, the huffing and puffing. But anyway, you know, and I can just go for a little jog, break the ice, because every journey, of course, starts with that first step, fellas.
Yeah.
With but a single step.
Yeah. You're putting me in a hurrah of a mood again, Keyzie.
Sorry, man, continue.
No, that's all right. And so I went and put my shoes and my sneakers on, and I went for a run. And can I say it was without question the most disgusting experience of my life.
How far did you go? How long until on your run until you're exhausted? How soon was it before you gave up? Because running is a completely different kind of fitness to the things that you do, which is for your normal fitness, which is chucking tin around.
Yeah, sure.
There's a cardio requirement obviously involved with running, and I don't know if you've been for a run in the last 30 years. I'd be shocked.
I was trying to figure it out, actually, Mogey. I think it's been at least 15 years since I've actually gone for it. You know, I've done the old run on the old treadmill there, but she's very bouncy and soft. And that was the first thing I noticed running on the pavement. It's like, geez, this is hard.
Hard pavements around out West Auckland, eh? Yeah, they are harder than normal.
It was really hard pavement. 10 seconds in, my knees are killing me.
Sorry, Jase, did you warm up at all?
No.
Nah,
Did you stretch?
I put my durry out, I sculled the rest of my long black, and I just set off.
Good on you, man. I think stretching's overrated. Good on you.
Yeah, totally.
Really?
And as I say, Keyzie, I wasn't looking to set the marathon record.
No, but there's a difference.
I just wanted to sort of break the ice.
You can't.
10 seconds in, my knees are killing me. 30 seconds in, my bloody ankles are just all over the shop. They were screaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
About a minute and a half in, I'm getting chest pains. This is not a lie. This is not a lie.
Now, are people driving past you, are they shouting out from their cars?
No, people did drive past me, but there were no shout-outs or anything like that. And I was wheezing like a bastard.
You had 2 darts and a coffee before you set off, of course.
Well, I'd had about 5 darts by then,
So,
but yeah.
how long did you run for?
About all up, you mean?
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What distance? Did you just go down the end of your street?
I got about 300 metres down the road. And I swear to God, I was wheezing. My ankles, my knees were hurting. I was sweating and I was getting chest pains.
Can I guess what brand sneakers you're running?
Sure.
I bet are they like Slazenger or something really old like that doesn't exist anymore?
Actually, they're Barter Bullets. But hey, I tried. I'm going to do it again tomorrow, and maybe I'll get to 400 metres.
Good on you, man.
Yeah, good on you.
Thanks,
Lee.
mate.
There you go, brother.
Actually, if you are going to do it again tomorrow, can you let Pugs know and he can come and film it for us?
Sure, man,
Put
sure.
it on social?
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Queen there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 23 minutes past 5 o'clock.
Hey, fellas, I had an interesting experience last night in the toilet, the public toilet. It's kind of a public toilet.
Yes.
It is. It's the one that we use here at the station, but
Yes.
anyone can use it.
Anybody can use it, which is odd, isn't it, really?
Yeah, you can just walk
it's
in
very
off the
difficult to find a toilet that you can use that isn't an absolute disgrace. Very nice toilets.
Yeah, they're all right.
Outside of the fact that they're open to the public and any bastard can sort of destroy them at will.
Yeah.
They do.
And I've seen some atrocities in there, man.
There have been.
Some real atrocities.
Some of those things have really stuck with me.
Well, like, yeah, okay. So you got PTSD from the loos.
There's some shockers because the other thing is that people do, and I'm getting a little bit off piece here, but they'll put the lid down, and so it's a bit of a surprise, when you open the lid at the abomination that lies within. So you've sort of got a certain amount of trepidation as you're opening the lid. You know?
Yeah, right.
It's like a Jack in the Box, except there's a huge turd
in there.
all against the wall.
Totally.
Anyway, fellas. I guess where that's relevant is we have cleaners of an evening who clean the bathrooms there. And Hoyte J, you've made a habit every night of going in there when they're in there and using the urinal, which is shocking.
It's two female cleaners too, can I say?
Yeah.
And they're probably 30,
If that. Yeah.
And they'll be cleaning around and Jase will walk in there, eyeball them, the full scan up and down, and then just start using the urinal.
Yeah, and that's right. With, take himself and put himself. Yeah, it's disgraceful.
Is that bad, is it?
Anyway, last night I was in there and the cleaners weren't there because for me, if the cleaners are there, I don't go. I just wait.
Yeah, because you don't like anyone seeing you nude, eh? You weirdo.
Either that or, in all honesty, I'll go into a cubicle and I'll close the door.
Sure.
But last night I was in there and I was using the urinal and all of a sudden the door burst open and the two cleaners came in and they just immediately started, they must have been doing the women's bathroom next door, they just immediately started mopping the floors and right around me and right around my feet. Now,
You're splashing everywhere.
Well, I wasn't.
Oh.
But I guess my point being, is that okay for them to be doing that? Because it feels like they're intruding on my privacy now. Like, obviously what you're doing is a criminal act, but is what they're doing also...
I think because the issue they've got is they've got one guy setting one set of standards, Hoyte J.
Can I just say
hang on.
Hang on, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say on that front, in my defence, I can't actually wee anymore unless they're in there.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Sorry, fellas, my Nicorette just hit the back of the throat there just as I was going to wear. Hey, now, we had a fascinating discussion at the start of the show, and it was to do with our old mate Keyzie. And we found something out off air yesterday, actually, which we found quite interesting and we thought would be a good chat today, and that is that Keyzie doesn't like being nude or unnecessarily nude.
That's crucial.
In front of his wife.
That's right. Now, a lot of people who have just heard this for the first time will be like, oh, Keyzie's never naked with his wife. That's not true. We're naked together all the time.
Yeah, and you slip under the covers and you sleep nude.
No, this is the weird thing, right?
But you make love in the dark as well, right?
Jase, this is the thing. No, I don't make love in the dark.
Okay.
So when I need to be nude and it's fine. It's all on. It's all out there. It's all G. It's when
we didn't need that much detail, Keyzie.
When it's not necessary for me to be nude, that is when I won't be nude, or I will hide myself away. So if I'm hopping out of the shower and walking past my wife, I will just cover the old downstairs there with a hand or a bit of a towel or something. But I don't think there's that much wrong with it.
Well, I've asked ChatGPT, which is where I get all my life answers from.
Right.
If I've got any doubts at all, I don't talk to friends or family. I just ask ChatGPT because it's faster and it's generally more accurate.
Right, okay.
So I said, my friend Keyzie is ashamed to be in front of his wife naked. What's that about?
See, now I feel like the way you've asked it, it's going to say something smart about maybe Keyzie.
Well, incredibly, and this is the amazing thing about ChatGPT, I swear to God, the first thing it says is, Keyzie.
No, that is not true. Oh my God, it does say that.
So it's come up with a few options.
Okay.
I won't go into great detail on all of them, but I'll get to the one which I think it is. Number 1, body image or confidence. Number 2, shame from upbringing. Number 3, performance anxiety, even if nothing's happening. Number 4, it's just a personality thing.
It's that one.
Some people are just private. It's not about shame, it's about comfort. He might be the kind of guy who changes in the corner of the gym as well.
So this is what's interesting, right?
So has ChatGPT nailed it?
Well, absolutely it has, because it's not a performance thing. It's definitely not that. It's not that I have body issues or whatever. It's none of those things. It is just, I'm just a private when it comes to my downstairs. And it's not, as people keep suggesting, that I'm running like a weird operation down there. I don't have a baboon ass, whoever texts
No,
through
you
that.
haven't got a mangled circumcision like
that's
Quiddy
Jase,
J.
and you by the sounds of it as well.
Well, you've got a bit of a booty on you.
Oh, I've got a booty on me, of course, but that's nothing to be
You
ashamed
got a
of.
bit of junk in the trunk there, Keyzie.
Okay, now you're making me feel ashamed of my body again, Jase. So it is just a personality thing. All right?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
cool.
and can I just say it's okay, Keyzie? It's okay, man. Keyzie, it's okay, man.
When you say it like that, it feels like it's not okay, and you're just saying that to make me think it's okay.
Keyzie,
What?
it's okay, man.
I've actually got ChatGPT to. It's asked me if I wanted it to write a pep talk. Do you want to hear the pep talk it's got?
Sure, man. Do you want me to put on some music? or
Yeah,
anything?
man, that'd be
Okay,
good, I think.
Okay, here we go. Pep talk music.
Hey, Keyzie, you do realise I've seen it all before, right? Every scar, every freckle. You don't need to hide anything from me, not now, not ever. You don't have to look like a Marvel superhero to be sexy, Keyzie.
Well, no, that's not what it's about.
You just have to be you. Confidence is hotter than abs, and trust me, there's nothing more attractive than a man who's comfortable in his own skin, especially when that skin belongs to the guy I chose. So drop the towel. You're all right, mate.
That's actually really good. So, just clarifying, in this situation, you are being my wife. That was
Apparently, yeah, it sort of snuck me in, so it seems like we're in a sexual relationship
Yeah,
together,
right.
but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, that's sweet as.
Tomorrow, Keyzie,
What?
I want you to have a shower. Or I want you to go have a shower tonight when you go home and your wife's having a cup of tea sitting up in bed.
Right.
And I want you to walk out of that bloody bathroom, mate, and chuck that towel to the ground and strut your stuff, you horny peacock.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
DD Smash there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 5:56 now. Looking forward to this. Coming up after 6 o'clock, What's with Tea New Zealand with me, Keyzie. So let us know on 3483 what's on your dinner plate tonight, and we'll get into that after 6.
And also, most importantly, on 3483, you'll get yourself in the draw for a $50 Reburger voucher. So it's worth doing.
So good.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, Backbones. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street food freshly made with Reburger.
Reburger.
I'm full.
Reburger.
So good, fellas. I'll be stoked with that, I reckon. I reckon they're really stoked with the sponsorship.
Can you package that up, Pug Son, and send it away to the Advertising Backbone Awards?
I reckon we should give Reburger a call and see if they do like that stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
we should,
I
actually.
think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Just on Reburger, by the way, at the end of this week, so Thursday, a couple of shows left, we will be locking in what the Backbone Burger is going to be. That will be on their menu to order. So if you do have any more suggestions, you can chuck them on our Hauraki Instagram or Facebook page.
Yeah.
You can also text us on 3483.
Yeah.
We'll get into a bit more of that tomorrow, actually, I think, fellas.
Okay.
Sure, man. Hey, let's just focus on today, though, man.
Yeah, I think so. Now, listen, in the podcast outro today, I don't know what we talked about. What's the clip?
Jase, come on, man.
That was good sell from you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't remember. I remember you guys banging on forever, and I was just going, oh, yeah, hurry up.
So this outro is going to be on YouTube tomorrow night, but it's out tonight at 7:30 audio-wise, and this clip is called Kids.
Like, if I go somewhere and there's kids there, I'll make a point of chatting to them.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
Oh,
yeah.
What's your go-to?
I squat down and I go, "G'day, little fella. How was your work today?" Struth, you're a big little bastard. You're
You've been
big
putting on
boned.
weight. What's going on?
How was your week today?
But I like.
Such a good way to approach a young child, Jase.
Well, that was another interesting thing we found out about you today, Keyzie, is that you don't really talk to kids.
Well, I just have never. So I walked into a room full of kids this morning, and they were probably between the ages of 3 and 10, and I didn't know how to address any of them. I don't have interest in talking to kids.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
Thanks, fellas. Should we delve into it tomorrow and get the audience to just light me
I
up
think so.
on the text machine?
What I do want people to do is text through on 3483 what they're having for tea.
That's right. We're doing What's for Tea New Zealand up next. Every text on 3483 in the draw for a $50 Reburger voucher. Smashing Pumpkins.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Rage Against the Machine there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday evening, but right now it's time for...
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Text here from Steve. What's for Tea New Zealand? With me, Keyzie. That's right. It's a segment where I read out what you're having for dinner.
It is.
On 3483, and then Mike and Jase sort of just have a bit of a crack at it. Yeah,
We
they
riff
riff
at it.
on it.
Not
man.
at all. I find the food side of things fascinating. We're foodies, aren't
Yeah, I
we,
love
Jace?
a bit of food chat, man.
Like just the other day, I boiled the shit out of a stock until there was nothing left. I mean,
Actually, and just today, what did you have for afternoon tea, Jase? Rice balls.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And 2 crackers for lunch.
how many?
2. But just on that, before you get started, pork mince for us tonight, Keyzie.
Wow, what with?
Spicy pork mince and lettuce cups.
Yeah, I hate lettuce cups.
The lettuce cup thing is not it.
Pork mince.
I love it.
Seriously.
Crispy lettuce, sweet, spicy
Gross.
pork mince.
Seriously, pork mince, hoisin sauce,
Yes.
bao bun from the supermarket, the frozen ones. Whack it in there.
Frozen.
You can buy them frozen, the white buns.
That'd be hard on your teeth, is it?
No,
Yeah,
Mogey,
they'd be
you
really
cook them.
cold too. I
You
like my
steam
food
them.
hot.
No, you cook them in the microwave.
You got to have them hot, Keyzie.
Actually, I never thought about that. The text here on 3483, fella. Shall I read a few of them?
Yes, do it.
Go on, man.
G'day, guys. Gary here.
Gary Stead. Steady Eddie.
No, that's who it
Oldman.
is. I can just tell.
No, but you're not even looking at the text machine.
Gary Lineker.
It's Gary Oldman.
Oh.
Oh, no, it is Gary Stead. G'day, fellas. Gary Stead here. I've got some fish burgers and some tater tots. Fellas.
Fish burger, yeah. And tater tots. They're sort of those little pomme de terre.
Yeah, pom-pom
Yeah.
sort of balls.
Pomme de terre,
Yeah, I don't
Keyzie.
mind, then that's cool.
That's good eating. It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bit of a variation on your French fry there,
Aye,
isn't it?
aye.
So that's good as gold. What's he got on his fish burger there, Keyzie? For me, I'm always going, personally speaking, a little bit of fish.
Right.
A little bit of red onion, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tortilla sauce. That's it. Just a couple of
Yeah, nice.
toasted buns.
Do you butter the
Really
buns?
simple. Butter buns?
Do you...
No.
You never butter
You would never butter
a
a hamburger, man.
hamburger, Keyzie. Come on, man.
So you can't put butter on the buns?
No.
Why are you so...
That's shocking.
Why are you so pissed off about it?
I've never heard
I haven't
anyone
heard
putting
of that.
butter on their burgers.
Not on the burger, on the buns.
What is a burger? Is the bun part of the burger?
Yes, but I'm not putting it on the burger afterwards. Like I made the whole burger and then I'm putting butter on it. That's what it sounds
on top.
like.
Oh, is that what you're doing? You're putting the butter on top.
Just melting it. Yeah,
on
yeah.
the top. Yeah, I was just gonna
Just a cube
A
of
cube
butter
of it.
as you
and I-
heat them up.
Yeah, and I just put
You're a
that.
flash bastard. That sounds
Far
like
out.
rich. That's a rich garnish.
Yeah, nah. G'day, fellas. Mary here.
Tyler Moore.
Christmas.
It's Merry Christmas.
Cool.
Merry Christmas is text through. Spells her name M-A-R-Y though, which is weird.
Can't spell. Well, some people are, what do you call it?
Dyslexic.
I was going to say idiots, but yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Rump steak with chili, garlic, onions, and homemade salad.
Chili garlics. They must have got it from the same place as they got those bao buns.
No, the chili isn't a hot chili, Mogey. Not as in it's cold, it's chili.
And I find your rump steaks tend to be very chewy and tough.
Well, they can be unless you marinate them, but you've got to be preprepared for that and do
Yeah.
the marinade
Sorry, I
overnight.
think-
For a long period of marinating.
I think they're marinating it with chili and garlic
Oh.
and onions. That's what they're saying here.
Yeah, well,
It's
it sounds good. I'm always a bit cautious of a rump, but as long as it's not too thick.
Yes.
thick.
The other thing,
A thick rump. There you go. Merry Christmas. One more.
Yes.
G'day, fellas. I'm having the Keyzie burger.
who is?
Dion.
Oh,
Nash.
Yeah. I'm having the Keyzie burger. One tiny mushroom sandwich between 2 beer buns, followed by 12 beers to wash the shame away.
2 beer buns.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, yes, indeed. Aerosmith there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday night. Now, the Comedy Festival, the Night of Culture, fellas. The Big Show doing a show at the International Comedy Fest. When is that, May? It's coming up real fast.
It certainly is, Jase. It's a week and a half after we get back from the Magic Round.
My God.
And for anyone wanting to come along to it, you can't. It's completely sold out.
Sold
Forget about
out.
it. I don't even know why we're telling you about it. I guess we're just rubbing it in. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think
It's just
so.
letting people know
But
that they can't come.
Yeah, but also, we're still open to suggestions in terms of, what people want us to do and all that sort of stuff. We've kind of got a loose kind of show together, but, people need to feel like they can fire ideas through because something might tickle our fancy that we go, yeah, we could do that actually.
It's
That'd
true,
be good.
but because we're so vague on our idea of what the show is, it's going to be difficult for the audience to be able to nail down any suggestions. But by all means, throw some feces at the wall.
I have a weird confidence in the audience that they know us better than we know ourselves.
Misplaced and based on nothing.
Yes.
But I, to be honest, I agree with you there, Jace, for some reason. I think that the audience do often know us better than we know ourselves because we forget about stuff.
Yes.
And they'll be like, oh, what about last Tuesday, April the 7th last year when you mentioned this thing, Keyzie, you mad bastard?
My only concern on that front is that there will be a lot of filth.
It's all it will be.
And I'm not,
And I don't know where they get that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because
I'm
that
not
is not
concerned
us.
about filth.
How is Jase anyway?
Your cat.
She is an absolute pest.
Will Jez come to the comedy show?
No, she's still a bit young, Keyzie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think it'll be
yeah.
above her head.
So the reason why I wanted to discuss the Night of Culture is, yes, we are part of the New Zealand International Comedy Festival with Best Foods Mayo, but also just to let the people know that have bought the tickets, to let them know that we are working on something because we've kind of gone silent on it now that it's sold out.
Yeah.
But I know it's happening still.
It is.
We'll be doing it.
Can I just say as well, I've had a bit of a shocker. I had to buy some Best Foods mayo.
You're joking.
Yeah, last week. Ran out just at the wrong time because,
Man.
of course, as soon as this comedy festival starts with Best Foods Mayo being the major sponsor, it's everywhere. You can't move.
The studio's full of
massive puddles of mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's so great.
And so my timing was about a week or so out.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a real bum, but I just bought a small jar because I knew the good stuff was coming.
yeah,
Well, I've still got my box from last year's festival.
a box of mayo.
Yeah, they gave me a box of mayo.
So like a box.
Jez loves it. I left it out the other day on the bench, licking away there.
A Night of Culture happening at the New Zealand International Comedy Festival with Best Foods Mayo. Check out all the other acts, by the way, that are happening.
Oh.
Comedyfestival.co.nz. Worth doing. Guys, is it tune? Is this Muse, Jase? Jase.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed, the Clash there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday evening. Now it's time for a bit of Meat Patty Nip 69, I think.
@gmail.com. Get in touch with the fellas.
MeetPattyNips69@gmail.com. It is the Big Show's advice column. If you need advice on anything, hit us up at that email. It's 100% anonymous, and we can help you out. This one here comes from Anonymous. G'day, fellas. Anonymous here. I need some help with a girl from the gym. We go to the same gym classes a couple of times a week, and I've always thought she was cute. Slowly, I've started having small chitty chats to her, and like the true creep I am, I followed her on Instagram. To my horror, she has a boyfriend. F's sake, fellas. But to paint a picture of the bloke, he's about 5'5", spindly frame with an honest receding hairline, and to be honest, I even think Jase could smash the bastard. Anyway, recently she started getting rather flirty, and I've been pushing it, fellas, like pushing it, and it always comes back. Now it's her initiating the chats with a grin on her face. What do I do? Is she just being nice? Is the boyfriend out of the picture? Please help. Cheers.
This is your sort of area, Jase, because you've got that woman down at the gym that you go to that you've been flirting with.
Well, she's been flirting with you, hasn't she?
As well.
She's been flirting with me, yeah.
Because
Slightly different. Actually, when you were describing her boyfriend, it did sound a bit like me. I suddenly started having some anxiety.
Does your wife go to the gym?
No.
Oh, okay.
She refuses to do the gym, but she's very
she's
active.
naturally...
She's naturally quite...
Yeah.
She's naturally fit.
Right, huh?
Fellas,
Yeah.
a quick thing that dudes do, though, is
Dudes.
we misinterpret girls being nice as flirting.
That's right. That's right, Keyzie. Now, I don't know if in this chat she has made it clear that she's got a boyfriend or if she's not mentioned it at all.
Well, it sounds like she hasn't mentioned it at all.
Well, yeah. I
And
mean,
he's
even in passing, it would be the sort of thing that I mentioned. Now, the comeback to that is, well, why must she mention that she has a boyfriend in every conversation that she has with a male?
That's right.
And that's because men are animals, and it's just easier to do it, and then you can get on with your life.
How did he get her name?
I probably said to her, "Hi, I'm John. What's your name?"
Yeah, but I mean,
or anonymous, etc.
He found her Instagram though.
Yeah, I think that's by the by.
That's pretty standy these
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
So you can. My name's Jane. You go Jane on the old Insta, and there she is.
Well, to be honest, he
might have said, "What's your Instagram?"
What's your Instagram? I don't think he would have.
It doesn't sound like he did.
No.
It sounds like he perved it.
Because he'd rather come to us and ask advice than just talk to her
I
about...
think he's probably went through her purse in her locker.
Yeah, in the locker room. There,
which is a good call.
But I think you guys make really good points, and I think men often do misinterpret what they think is flirting.
Can I just say, and it's been a long time for me, Jason, and even longer for you.
Yes.
But can I say that the fastest time or the quickest route or the shortest route at least is from point A to point B. It's a straight line. So just have a straight up honest conversation. I always felt that was the easiest way to go. Hey, look, I've really enjoyed talking to you. I think you're really attractive. I'd love to go out. Something along those lines, and just be completely straight up. Have you got a boyfriend? I hope not. If you do, he's a lucky bastard, but you reckon I could smack him over?
Can I?
It's so hard to do that though, Mogey.
It is.
But that's the thing. But it's actually not. You just say it, and then at least you know where you stand. Now, if you just say that to somebody, they are blown away by you being straight up like that, because nobody is straight up like that. And so I found, and it was, all you have to have is 30 or 40 beers. And
Yeah, because I was going to say, here's the truth about me. I've never really asked girls out on dates.
No,
ever. I did once, and I got shot down in such humiliating fashion. I mean, I'm not doing that
Well,
again.
the New Zealand tradition is you go out, you go to a bar, you drink a lot, and then hopefully you wake up with them the next day. It seems to be the way that it goes.
Yeah.
And so, you could just be straight up. I would honestly, and let us know how you go.
Yeah, anonymous.
Do it.
Get in touch again. Great advice, Mogey.
It's better than this. Like what he's doing here, where he's got no idea what's going on. He finds her really attractive. He's thinking about her all the time. He's trawling through her Instagram. He's thinking about beating up her boyfriend. He's driving himself insane when all he has to do is just approach her and say, "Hey, look, this is how I'm feeling. What do you reckon?"
I reckon she'd love that too.
Absolutely.
Very direct.
And it's like, there's no offence. I'm not being creepy or anything. I'm just like, this is how it is.
Yeah.
I just
And
feel
then
for
you
the-
get shot down and you have to go and join another gym.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's a big show done and dusted this Tuesday evening. Mogey, what did you learn today?
Well, it was a big learner today, wasn't it? There's many things to choose from. I guess what I learnt, Jase, was that you think you can go running.
Yeah.
And you're wrong.
I am.
Good
I
on
think
you,
you
man.
could go running if you did it properly and warmed up into it and just eased into it. But you just went hammer and tongs after 3 darts and a coffee.
It'd be good. It'd be good to chuck another thing on the list for the year that you're not going to do, like run for 5Ks and do your piano album.
I don't think I could live if I did that. I would die.
5K.
5K, I reckon I'd die.
Are you kidding me? You'd die.
No, I'm serious.
But you could work your way towards
After today's
it.
debacle, I would die.
Do you know what's funny is I know a guy that ran... He ran 7 ultra marathons in 7 continents this year.
I remember him.
He actually
Yes.
ran, so he did it. He did them all, and he's your age.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's done about 8,000 Ks in the last 12 months.
You could do it,
I
Jason.
reckon you could train it
I
up,
believe
man.
in you.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah, I do.
No, I do.
I do. Yeah.
So
What
do
about
I.
you, Keyzie, man? What'd you learn today, brother?
I learned that the fact that I don't always show my wife my downstairs is perfectly normal and fine and natural.
Did you learn that? Who did you learn that from?
I don't know. I've just sort of convinced myself. Because if I am to believe what the text machine says on 3483, then I'll just be spiraling down another hole. Hey, Jase.
Yeah, man.
What did you learn today, man?
Well, I learnt that old Keyzie likes frozen bao buns with his pork mince.
Bao bun.
Bao.
And also bao is the
Scott
word bun
Bayo.
in
Bun.
Cantonese or Mandarin, I think. Bao.
Right,
So you're
bao.
saying bun.
Yeah, bun buns.
Shake your bun,
You like
shake your
frozen
bun.
buns with your hot pork mince.
I like the frozen bao that you can get from the supermarket and then heat up and put pork mince in it.
The other thing that I've learned that you like, Jase, is Tom Petty.
Oh, I love Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Have you only just learnt that?
Yeah.
I'm always banging on about him.
I've learned that we're about to run out of music.
Oh, right,
all right,
okay.
better go then.
Yeah, check out the Instagram, check out the
Miss you
podcast.
guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Also, if you have any advice, meet PattyNib69 at gmail.com. We're there for you, man.